So casually keep diving into concrete. So bittersweet. Huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. How to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. How to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark.
Get 'em up, get 'em up, get 'em up. Better, kind of bitter. A better kind of bitter. Come on. Bitter, 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 bitter.
I'm a PhD.
A better kind of bitter. Kind of better, bitter. Come on, people. Let's get it. Let's get them up. Mic'd up, mic'd up. Let's get into it. Let's get them going. Maybe kind of better than bitter. Get better or get bitter. That's how we. What's going on? What's going on? We are back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. Hey! Cause they're addicted to the good life. Addicted to those good old lives. Come on. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. In the chat room. Age, city, gender, let's get it. Double up. Come on. Cause I'm no matter what. Tell them good lies. We find no matter what. Tell your good lies. We're fine no matter what. Clap. Clap.
'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop
Big Shirley.
'cause I'm addicted to what you
What
and
happened to
I
Big Shirley, man?
realize.
Shirley had a stroke.
No need to say,
Wait till the new soundboard gets here. Can't wait.
I follow
You know how we do it, people.
the edge of it all.
Shout out to the sharpshooters.
Tell you good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what.
You know what happened over here?
Kevin, goddammit.
You better tell him.
Run, bitch! Run!
Oh no!
I'll make you famous.
Having fun, looking good, smelling good, feeling great. Oh my. Babadi ba. How we doing, everybody? Shout out to the CIA, the Confident, Intelligent, and Assertive. Oh, hold on. I forgot. I thought I was in LA already. Let me take off these sunglasses on the indoors. How improper, how impolite. But which glasses should we rock and wear out of my glasses case? These right here are called The Walker by Jacques-Marie Mage. Subtle difference, but a difference nonetheless. Or some of my new favorites, the Hemmings, with a slight tint to them on the end door. Red to clear to orange gradient. I think we shall rock a little Hemmings for the first part of the show. Because I am suspect to change glasses throughout the broadcast. Because it be like that sometime. Yes. That's right. Get your extra bougie on. Candle of the evening, none other than Suntal 26 from my favorite Lullabo. Nice, woody, leathery, cult favorite, masculine classic. Fragrance of the evening. Started it off today with by Killian, Black Phantom. Until this one came in today. Brand new one from Dior, an exclusive called Toba Color. Think of Baccarat Rouge meets Killian Black Phantom. This stuff is dope. More on that later. It's been a good fragrance day because we're going to leave that right there. It's only available online. Trust your Godfather. And then this one right here from Diptyque, probably going to be one of their best fragrances. Orpheon. Look, my French is terrible, but my nose is on point. If you like, don't get distracted, son. Sandalwood, vanilla, iris, tonka, slap your mama good. And this is just sophisticated sexiness. Oh man, we are doing a good thing. Shout out to Mr. 11. How we doing? So we're back, people. We are back. And remember to do me one favor, we're going to have to keep the engagement up, the likes or the dislikes. It don't matter. They all count the same. Hit that like button on your way in. That's the way you pay your tuition. What's your tuition? Your tuition. If you don't, you're going to end up hearing this sound. And if I don't get the likes, if I look over and I go to that, we'll play the entire intermission song now. We'll tell you this. I'm going to be switching the intermission song up to the dial-up, to the old dial-up tone. Like the old AOL. Yeah, that's what we're going to be switching to. All right. So, who caught the show on Monday night? If you caught the show on Monday night, you'll realize that.
I'll make you famous.
Shout out to Canada Dry. Woo! What a show. What a cast. What a show. And that show actually highlighted some things we really need to talk about. That show was about how high value women, if they want a man of high value, they're going to have to be able to, the only women that get men like that are women who know how to praise a man. Go look back what I mean by when I say praise. Anytime I write something, ladies, gentlemen, but in particular my critics, you need to pay close attention to what I'm talking about before you get triggered in your feelings and go off responding. I'm assuming I'm dealing with adults, intelligent adults who can pay attention. So what happened on that show was several people who really weren't paying attention to what I was saying. They were responding more to what they thought I said or their feelings. Not my problem, not my responsibility. So I will be uploading the lady from Jamaica. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make you famous. Mm-hmm. With all that attitude, yeah, you going up. And then the other woman, because not to make fun of anything, but we need to have these conversations. And that's what I think I'm going to start calling this show. Conversations and Confessions. Because we need to start having different conversations between men and women if we ever plan on getting anywhere. It's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Now, I have my own concepts over here, but I'm building on concepts that already exist. But I also have my unique spin and twist on them. So I'm taking my 52 years on the planet. Yes, 52. Yes, I make this shit look good. 52 years on the planet. My experience from here to there. Been talking about this stuff since high school, really since college, since 1989 in the BPU, Black People's Union. The first time we ever had a relationship seminar. So I've been doing this for quite a while. Why is that important? Because I've seen the evolution of where we got into. And now we're to the point after the pandemic happened that men and women are having a conversation for the first time. And what I'm noticing is a lot of modern women really just are confused. They don't really seem to get where a lot of men are coming from. See, oftentimes you'll hear women in this conversation complain about the kind and caliber of man that ain't doing nothing. The men that they don't want. The men that ain't getting it done. The F-boys and all that other stuff. But what about the kind of men that are the kind of guys you want? What are we doing about those guys? And that's what a lot of women are starting to realize, that either they don't know or they were not taught how to handle, deal with, cooperate with. I think I'm going to take this off because I don't think I like the way, not like a crooked tie pin. So we're going to keep an eye on that sucker. If not, we're going to take it off. Can't be looking raggedy on camera. You should not get on camera looking raggedy, in my opinion. Why was a Tinder girl so important? You know what? Let's just let her talk about it. Let's let her tell the story, because we're going to go back to something that I find is very important. I had many women get upset with me. Get the lights up, folks. Get upset with me when I said that you should not make a high value man wait for relations. Oh my God. You would have think I said something that was controversial. I'm talking about adults. Adult women actually sitting here debating. You should only make him wait 3 dates. That's right. You shouldn't go out with some. Let me explain what I said. Because oftentimes people misquote me to put my name in their titles, to go off and make a video about it. And oftentimes they misquote me. In particular, the women I'm talking about, disingenuous at best. I said that, one, as a woman, you should not be going out with a man that you are not sexually attracted to. You should not accept a date from a man you could not see yourself having sex with. And the purpose of that date is to decide whether or not he is the kind and caliber of man that you would have sex with. On date 1, that's its purpose, to raise the attraction level. You should not go on date number 2 with a man that you do not plan on having sex with. You're not attracted enough to have sex with him or see you can have sex with him, don't accept his date. After date number 1, if you can't see yourself having actual sex with this man, or you plan on it, don't go past date 2. Don't accept date 2. Because after the first and second date, by the third date, guys are expecting sex, especially high value men. men who make themselves the best version of themselves, separating themselves from the pack. So all this notion of what, you know what? That was controversial. Now I'm talking about women in their 40s, late 30s and 40s, debating this subject. I'm talking about women who had 1, 2, 3 children. Some women who have been married, divorced, or are currently married in relationships, debating actual male-female sexual relations as if we are back at the turn of the century, as if there's such a precious temple to be. Anyway, let's listen to Canada Dry. Run it down.
In this moment,
This video kind of brings it all home.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Okay.
What's the issue you have?
Okay, so I met a guy on Tinder in January, and every week we would meet once a week, and we would just go out to a park, get food, and then fool around a bit. But there was no sex. We didn't.
No sex?
Well, I'm a very conservative person.
Okay.
So
I was just being clear.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
told him that I want to take it slow. I want to build a good emotional connection with you first.
First off, let's just call out some of the BS. What is a conservative woman doing on Tinder looking for a man? Oh, I'm going there tonight. What is a conservative person doing on Tinder looking for a man? And then it's okay to go out, have some food, mess around and do some stuff, but she wanted to be in charge of everything. I want you guys to think of the game Monopoly. I used to play Monopoly competitively a long time ago. And see, in Monopoly, many people lose in Monopoly because 1, they don't know the rules. 2, they don't know how to make a deal. And 3, they don't realize how to win. Most people think about, like most women think of themselves as those blue properties, Park Place and Boardwalk, the 2 most expensive properties on the planet. Most women think they are that, when honestly, most of you are like the 2 properties coming off Go, Mediterranean and Baltic. How I used to break people in Monopoly is I would be the first one to skip past all the expensive properties. My goal was to buy Mediterranean and Baltic, railroads and utilities, make deals in between players. If I tried to make a deal with you, I weighted it in your advantage. And if you did not make a deal with me, I made a mental note and I decided to break you. Many people just were going through and doing things without a plan. I would go get the lower rent properties first and then massively improve them. Baltic would get I would buy Baltic, Mediterranean, and do like this in quick order, put a hotel on each one of them. Why is that important? Because when you pass Go in Monopoly, you get $200. But if you land on Baltic or Mediterranean with a house with a hotel on it, it's $250. So you get no money. Matter of fact, you owe money, $50. I just got $200, but you owe me $50. If you land on Baltic, $450. But what's happening is you're being death by 1,000 cuts. Utilities, railroads, everything else. And eventually, if you can't pay me, you're out. Many women hold their money, try to treat men as if they should, like their Boardwalk and Park Place. Those are the 2 most expensive properties on the board, and they cost the most to develop. It is crazy for you as a woman who is not a virgin to keep treating yourself like you are Virgin Boardwalk, Virgin Park Place with hotels and houses on them. When you really look at your history and you are Mediterranean, Baltic, maybe Vermont, Connecticut Avenue, or what's the other light blue one? Or when we slide around to St. Charles, the light purple ones, St. Charles, forgive me, I forget them, but the light purple ones. Then we going up to the orange ones, New York Avenue, Virginia Avenue. Then we go to free parking. Then we start getting into the red ones. Indiana, Kentucky or some stuff like that. Then we get to the yellow, Marvin's Gardens, something that starts with a B. Then we slide around to the green ones, Pennsylvania Avenue and all that other stuff. And then we get to the blue ones, Park Place and Boardwalk. Ladies, somewhere on this Monopoly board is your body count. Somewhere on this Monopoly board is where your sexual marketplace value is. The problem is many of you treat the marketplace, men in the marketplace, as if you are Boardwalk with a hotel on it when you are barely Mediterranean Avenue.
before I go there. And he's not used to that. He's used to, having
Okay, so
it.
you met him in January?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what's the issue?
He told me that he would wait for me because he really liked me and all that. And then our last date was on Valentine's, and we did the same kind of dates we did in January, which is going.
And you haven't heard from him since?
No, he's just been very distant because.
How old is he?
He's 30.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
How old do you anticipate having him wait?
Sorry?
How long do you anticipate having him wait?
Well, actually, he broke up with me via text message on Friday.
Okay. I asked her, this 27-year-old woman who's not a virgin, how long did you plan on having this man wait? And I want you to understand that in her mind, I'll let him wait until however. You wait until I'm comfortable, until it makes sense. And too many women have been told, you are the queen. Your body is a temple. Well, I'm sorry. Unless you're a virgin, I don't want to hear that crap. I mean, honestly, men need to start being honest and tell you ladies, unless you're a virgin, men don't want to hear that stuff, especially if you have children. The whole premise of this video is, ladies, are you worth the wait? Many of you expect men to hold out for you as if you a boardwalk and park place with hotels on them, when your life says you are a utility. Or honestly, some of y'all are railroads. Oh, snap. Some of y'all are railroads. Some of y'all ain't even that. Some of you guys are just like, take a chance on Parkland. Take a chance. You a chance or community chest. You're sleeping with some of y'all is taking a chance or like the community chest. Oh, shit. I'm going to hell, but y'all coming with me. Because you know it's true, ladies. You're trying to run the price up of a product that has been used over time because you, like this woman, have trauma and damage. Okay, so
I reached out to him.
Right, but okay. So the situation is what? You want him back?
I want to maintain a good friendship with him.
You weren't friends. You weren't friends. You known this guy for a month. You're putting all kind of importance on somebody that you met in January.
But I just feel like we have a good connection.
Well, that's what you feel. He wanted it. Okay, if you feel like you have a good connection, then why didn't you want to take it to the physical level? Okay, there you go. That's the question. You want to, now this guy dumped you. And now you're calling in asking me, well, what do I do? How do I get him back? I feel like we have such a good connection and this and that. No. See, ladies, listen to your godfather. Listen to your godfather. Now, this is not my original concept, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this real quick. The old deal used to be a woman's sexual attention in exchange for a man's non-sexual attention, time, and resources. That was back when people dated 1-to-1. When you actually, as a woman, you only were talking to one person at a time. So a man could at least be assured that if you were dating him, you were only dating him. So he would give you his most valuable possessions, his time, non-sexual attention, and his resources in hopes of securing your sexual attention. Modern women still want men's non-sexual time, attention, resources, and companionship, but you don't want to complete the transaction. Like I said on the Fresh and Fit thing, I think modern women are looking for an unfair deal. You want to be able to go get non-sexual attention from this man, that man, this man, that man, this man, but yet balk at the idea of men having sex with this woman, that woman, this woman, that woman, this woman, while they're with you. If you are getting non-sexual attention from more than one man, you should never complain about infidelity or cheating. I don't care if you are seeking it out. If you got men in your DMs, your IMs, your tweeting, text message or whatever, if you are interacting with any man outside of your man for validation and attention, you are a cheater.
Why I didn't?
Why didn't you? Yes.
Because I want to take things slow.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's all about what you want. See how selfish this is? I want to take it slow. I want you to be on my terms according to my thing. And then when he breaks it off, you still want something that's not there. It's very selfish.
But how about if he leaves me after
Well, then buy a cat, buy a dog and die alone. Relationships are risks. I don't know what you ladies expect. Ladies, seriously. She said, well, what if he leaves me? Well, what if he leaves me? Well, what if he does this? Well, what if he does that? Well, buy a dog and die alone. I'm serious. Ladies, you want it all. You want a man's non-sexual attention. You don't want to have sex with the man. And then you are upset when he says, you know what? This is not a fair deal. What is going on here? You are upset when he says, I'm out of here. I can't do this. Don't get mad at men because they're smart enough to realize you guys aren't playing fair. Okay. You want guarantees. What if you don't like him and you break his heart? You expect him to just be all right with that, right?
I wouldn't.
Doesn't matter. No, of course, because women are always the innocent ones. But at a 52% divorce rate, 70 to 80% of breakups are initiated by women. Ma'am, the man said he liked you.
Yes.
And he dated you for a month.
Yes.
How long before you were intending to have sex with him? He's 30 years old. He's not a virgin. Ballpark it for me.
Maybe 2 months in.
Did you tell him that?
No, but I told him I had bad experiences with men in the past.
Well, there you go. Ding, 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 ding. Making a man in your present pay for stuff in your past equals no future. We should have stopped right there. I told him I had bad experiences in the past. Ding, 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 ding. Apollo Creed. Ding, ding. Write this down, ladies. Class is in. Making a man in your present pay for the mistakes of men in your past equals no future. That's a Godfather cipher. That's a gem. Ping, pow, boom. And so many of you ladies are walking into modern dating playing these make 'em wait games because of this very thing right here. Fear. This is what those 90-day rules of make 'em wait and all that stupid crap is based around. And the thing is, you ladies get upset when men say no mas. When men say no thank you, don't want to do that anymore. You go do your thing, we're good. You get upset when men bounce. As if men don't have their lives, their own lives. As if a man can't say, you know what, ma'am? This is a deal I don't want. Men have the right to walk away. And then when the man does walk away, you ladies get upset. As if they did something to you. And that's where I was at with this woman over and over again. Watch where this goes.
But it is part of
Your problem.
No, it's like a trauma, right? So
okay, due respect, your problem. The world doesn't owe you and me understanding. Come out, put your big girl panties on, and grow up. Please tell me you're addressing your trauma with a professional therapist. Exactly. The world doesn't owe you understanding. This is what I mean. Modern women have been painted into. You want to be modern women with all the freedoms and everything else, then freedom comes with responsibility, accountability, and consequences. You're 27 years old. You want a person who's not married to you to understand your traumas that you're doing nothing about. No, thank you.
It's not.
Hey, Bob's Burger. Look who showed up. Linda. How you doing, Linda? I'm a smart, strong, sensual, sensitive woman. And that only matters after we like you. Honestly, ladies, let me be honest. Men can't hear most of the stuff you're saying until you have sex. You gotta kind of unclog their ears. And you ladies, this is a surprise to so many women because why? Because so many women today really don't understand men. You don't understand men. Men are just like this. You're just so confused. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why did he leave me? Because for the longest, you've been told you're the prize, you're the catch. Men need to court you, and men you aren't married to or even committed to need to sit around and wait for you to get your stuff together and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, ladies, no. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, ladies. Why? Because men have lives too. I guess y'all thought I was kidding about the like button.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD. I don't know why we have to keep doing that, but we would do it every night. That's a fully formed man who has a life to live. Listen, that is a fully formed man who has a responsibility to live his life. You may be a perfectly lovely woman, and honestly, the cool thing would have been to say, I think you're nice. And when you get your shit together, I love to date you if I'm single. But until then, I'm keep it moving. But that's not where most people are. It's all about you, ma'am. You're not doing anything about your issues. And I'll be honest, man, most men don't want to deal with women who have issues. You shouldn't be out here dating until you address your traumas. You wouldn't expect a man to be out dating if he had traumas, would you? Would you want to deal with his? Oh!
I rebuke.
Would you?
No, but
would you?
how about if he leaves me after I do it? Because I don't know if he.
What do you mean? If he lose you, what do you mean? If he lose you after? What about if he leaves me after I do it? You're not a virgin, lady. I mean, you ladies act like sex is something a man does to you. Usually women who don't want to have sex aren't really good in the bed. I gotta be honest. Women like this usually are not very good in bed. Because in her mind, sex is something a man is doing to her and something she's giving to him. Instead of you guys are exchanging pleasure. This is an arcane notion. What if he give it to her and leave? If he's going to leave, he's going to leave. Matter of fact, that's the premise of this whole thing. High value men who know their worth, leave. They're not playing games, ladies. And so many of you ladies need to hear it come from somebody. Stop playing games with men, especially men who are high value. Because our most valuable asset is time. Money, great. We can make more money. Resources, not sharing that with you. But time. This woman was sucking up this man's time, taking his time. And women don't think that they're doing anything. Like you're leading a man on. Well, I need to get comfortable with it and all this other stuff. Then, I'm sorry, then you need to keep your virginity until you're married. If you want to move like this, ma'am, and women want to move like her, and women who want to keep telling you, make them wait 30 days to make them jump through hoops, men aren't doing that. Not the kind of men I'm talking about. And if that's what you require, then you need therapy, a better way of judging and vetting men, and to hold on to your virginity. Because it's really hard to come out into the sexual marketplace, look men in the eye with a straight face and say, I want you to wait for used body. Not going to happen, ladies. So she got bad news that men don't have to wait. It's not our responsibility to deal with your trauma. And at the end of the day, this is going to sting a little bit, but I'm cruel to be kind because she wasn't hearing me. You do what?
After we get intimate.
Okay, are you a virgin?
No.
Okay,
But
well then
I've
there's.
had that done in the past before where
I'm sorry, man. Well, okay, well then here's the thing. I've had that done in the
Very
past. Reasonable. But if you're dating, but if a guy is with you, here's the thing: what you ladies need to understand. If a man just wants to hit and quit, he's gonna leave. If you wanna, there's no guarantees, man. I'm sorry. You could leave him after have sex too. What do you want? You don't want to get hurt. I get it. No one does. This is why you buy a dog or a cat and a battery operated friend, and don't deal with men. That point was, if you don't want to get hurt and you don't want to risk anything, then stay out of the game. Stay out of the dating game. Buy a dog, and then you deal with the outcomes of that. Buy a dog and you will die alone. You cannot have it. You cannot have everything, ladies. And I am not speaking to women who are virgins. I am speaking to women who have been sexually active. And what she said is accurate. She feels as though relationships have happened where she's got intimate with somebody and they've left. Then, ma'am, maybe you need to address that. But the ultimate thing is all of that has nothing to do with current men. And that's where you ladies go wrong. Trying to make men in your present pay for stuff in your past equals no future. Or you put on your big girl panties and get out here and play in the game.
if I approach him now and say,
ma'am, he's done with you. Okay, if you approach him, my personal opinion, you burn that bridge.
okay,
Because why would you approach him now and say, you know what, that sex I didn't want to give you, if you come back, I'll give it to you. No, thank you.
because he said he would wait for me, and
Well, he doesn't owe you. Okay. And he said he'd wait for you. So what? You're not married. Listen how often she kept trying to make him responsible. She wanted me to say, he's bad, you're good. You're wrong. You're right, he's wrong. No, absolutely not. He gave you a month and you would have let him go string him on for how long? Wait till we get to that part. Why does this man owe you anything, ma'am?
no, he doesn't. But I want to still maintain contact with him. I want to maintain a friendship at least. So,
How do you maintain contact with somebody who doesn't want contact with you? Ma'am, I'm gonna be honest, ma'am. You need therapy. And this is not a bad thing.
but do you think he'll come back around or no?
Okay.
Like, do you think it's final?
Listen, okay? You may be a lovely woman, but this reeks of kind of desperation. It's unattractive. You're 27 years old and you're going through life guarded, trying to protect yourself against hurt because of past traumas. Then you don't need to be out here amongst healthy people dating. You're damaged. That's okay, but deal with your damage. If you had a car, what state do you live in?
I'm in Canada.
Huh?
Canada.
Canada. Do you have a vehicle?
Yeah.
do you have to have a vehicle that passes any sort of inspection to have it on the road?
Yes.
Right. And if it doesn't pass that inspection, you're not supposed to drive it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a danger to others.
Yeah.
You're out here and you're not passing inspection. You're a danger to others. But because you got to go where you got to go, damn everybody else. But you need to pass inspection.
But after a month, I don't know this
ma'am,
person.
He could have been, okay, ma'am, how about this? He could have been the perfect guy for you, but you're not ready.
So he would meet me where?
No. See, that's that bullshit. No, absolutely not. That's the Disney fantasy that you ladies have been sold. This woman said that he would meet me, that a man you're not married to, he's not committed to you, that he should continue to invest in you and meet you at your broken level. That is the entitlement of so many modern women, that you can take a body that you've shared with other people and expect to make a man in your present wait and meet and dig. Think about this, how much work you ladies are expecting a man to put in. And you are shocked that men are just disgusted by this notion. Are you worth the wait? Ma'am, ladies, again, name me a product that gains value with age and use. You can say how much you feel it's worth, but the market says different. This is a perfect guy who's healthy and ready to go will wait for you, a woman who's not doing anything about her existing traumas to figure her shit out. Absolutely not. Because if we switched that situation and said you are a perfectly healthy woman, marriage-minded, looking to find a husband to go make some babies, and you ran into a guy who has his traumas and everything else, any woman would say you'd be a fool to wait for him to get himself together. Anybody would say that.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
But women emotionally bond.
I don't give a damn, ma'am. You keep giving yourself excuses. I want you to listen to how many excuses and outs this modern woman, she's being honest. This is how many women have been giving excuse after excuse after excuse. Women emotionally bond. Then you better get married as a virgin. You want to avoid these problems? You better get shepherded through. Find a suitable man, be found by a suitable man early on in your life, get married as a virgin. That's how you avoid these problems. See, that's how that old patriarchy used to work. When you live with dad and mom, and dad vetted the guys you had to see, and your brothers and the men of the family vetted the men, they could decide all these questions she has in her head. I got an ideal notion for you ladies. All these questions she has in her head used to be answered by the men of the family, your cousins, your daddy, your brothers. We used to answer all those, and you could stay seated, safe, protected, knowing that if a man got through all these, that he's quality. So you could go ahead and be comfortable, court, and give your all. But now you want to be independent, strong and independent and sensual and everything else. Now you're free. You're free. We's free. I's free now. I's man. Now you're free. You're free to fail. You are free to be traumatized. You are free to be damaged. See, freedom comes with both sides. You're free to also win, but how effectively do you pick when women do everything she said? Women bond emotionally and all this other kind of stuff. Well, then, hey, you're just a vehicle out here as far as we're concerned. But according to her, somebody should go through all these troubles for what? Are you worth it?
Don't think I know a person fully to trust them to give.
Well, then don't deal with them.
In a month.
Okay, then, ma'am, buy a dog, die alone. Because you're not doing anything about your issues. I understand your issue, but you're not doing anything about your trust issues.
I am, by being more cautious. So
no. And I got a real simple question for you. Ready?
Yes.
How's that working for you?
It's hard to find men that will wait for me.
Because you don't deserve to be waited for. Point blank, period. Why does anyone need to wait for a damaged woman who's not working through her traumas? I need that infinity gauntlet. Right there when I told her, you don't deserve to be waited for. And you don't. A woman who knows she has issues, traumas, who's not working for them, who expects men on the open market to play this childish game is not worth it. Men came back overwhelmingly and said, I agree. Women, right-minded women, logical women, thinking women, women who understood that men have rights and choices and opinions too, also said this too. I ran into a woman in the mall today and said, you're exactly right. I love the things you say. I watch your show all the time. And I said, you know what? Great. What about your friends? Oh, they can't stand it. I was like, but where's your husband or your boyfriend? Oh, he's over there. Exactly. You got a man. They don't. Women got upset with me when I said, you don't deserve to be waited for. You don't. You don't deserve anything in this world. This world rewards competence. And she is relationally, so many women today are relationally incompetent. That's why you're putting all these fake barriers in front of relationships to try to keep yourself safe. I said, why don't you do the work? Well, I'm doing it by being more cautious, and it's not working. Look at that look. Look at that look. Look at that look. It was just like, oh my God. He said that to my face. He said what? I can't believe he actually said, I can't believe he said that. That's not right. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. That's really what, that's what she was really like. She was like, you, oh my God. I'm not worth it. I don't deserve. What? But it didn't last long. Because here goes. She's in Canada, and it's a place that research privilege. Go ahead. Bring it back.
I don't think that I'm damaged. It's just that.
Okay. Ma'am, the woman okay. Ma'am, you just said I've been hurt by men before, and I have trauma. Somebody in the chat room says, I feel for her. She's looking for advice, and that's your problem. Just because a woman is soft-spoken, you guys get suckered. She's passive-aggressive. She knew exactly what she was doing. And you're the kind of guys that men who feel sorry for this and women who call this are causing the problems. We don't call this stuff out, and we allow people to go through the world like this because we don't want to hurt their feelings. But yet, they can go around stringing people along and wasting people's time. You don't want this woman to have her body abused. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal. She's abusing that poor man's time. We don't mind if they abuse a man's time.
I'll make you famous.
We don't mind if you abuse a man's time, his wallet, his stuff. Oh, because men can take it, right? We got to protect poor women. No, absolutely not. She's 27. That's damage. You got a car that's been in an accident and it would not pass inspection.
But he said he understood.
All right. You keep talking like you can talk or rationalize your way through it. He left you. Period. See, this is what I mean. Ladies do not deal with reality well. This is why men have to deal with rejection often. But when you ladies get rejected or left, it's like the world is supposed, look, ma'am, he dated you. He gave you an opportunity. He wanted to have sex. You didn't want to jump into bed. He dated you for a month and some change. And then decided, you know what? I don't want to keep doing this. That's his right. If you decide to leave, you can do it too. He doesn't owe you anything. You're not married. You've known him for a month. And now you're going to make him, well, you said you would do such and so forth. You sound crazy.
But you do think that he's a coward for breaking up with me via text message?
Look at that. The entitled attitude. Still looking to find fault in him. You do think he's a coward for breaking up with me. And this is what we have, ladies and gentlemen, this is what this whole notion has given us. A woman who's constitutionally incapable of looking at herself in the mirror and seeing that she has problems. I don't think I'm damaged. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think I'm being safe. And he's a coward, such and so forth. This is what gets us to the place where a woman in the UK can actually stand up before Parliament and talk about putting a curfew on all men of 6 p.m. to protect women. You guys better pay attention to this. This is not a game. It's not a joke. This stuff gets into law. You do think he's a coward? No, I think.
Instead of trying to talk to
No,
me on the phone.
no. If this conversation is any indication, I retract that. I think it was smart. If this conversation is any indication, I think he should have got away from you as cleanly as possible.
But I've not been rude to him at all. I'm being
Oh my God. You just went right past that. And let me address this too. Some of you ladies believe because I said in a soft voice and I'm not rude or da-da-da-da-da. Just because you do it, hired your iron glove and hired your iron fist inside of a velvet glove. Ladies, you learn how to manipulate the world differently than men do. You learn from the moment when you were a baby that cries get a certain kind of response from men versus women. Women like this, in my opinion, can be very dangerous because they disarm most people. And most people are like, oh, I feel sorry. Poor her. Oh, bad old boogeyman. No, absolutely not. She knows she has issues and she's still trying to find fault with a guy she met on Tinder, people. She met a guy, a conservative, so-called conservative woman who's looking to guard herself and hold herself in high esteem is on French toast Tinder. Meeting up with a guy, eating dinner and fooling around or messing around. I don't feel sorry one bit. And see, that's the problem. Either you want equality or you don't want equality. Just because you're soft-spoken does not change the fact that you will not accept he doesn't want to be there.
I don't know.
And you're not ready.
Yeah, because I don't know if he's in it for me or in it for my body.
Well, it doesn't. Let me make something real painfully clear. Ma'am, you're not Miss America or Miss Universe. You're one of those blue properties on Monopoly. You may not be purple, but you're one of those blue or one of those when you turn the corner right after you get out of jail, you're like St. Charles Place. You're in there. You are a 6, 5 or 6. That's in that average range, right? That's not an insult. Cute, natural face. I mean, nothing wrong, but let's not be real. I don't know if he's in this for my body. What the French toast are you talking about? It ain't like you walking around here built like Marilyn Monroe, Pam Grier, Jessica Rabbit. It ain't like you built like Amber Rose or something. What are we talking about? Your body. This is how high some of these women, the high estimation you have of yourself, as if I'm giving him the keys to the universe. You're not a virgin. I mean, think about it. I know some women are going to get angry with me saying this because you are still dual-minded. Thinking as though a woman who is sexually active needs to hold herself in such high esteem to where I'm giving him my body. Well, if that's the case, stay a virgin. Be under the man. I've already said what to do. But see, you want it both ways. You want all his non-sexual time and attention. You want to string him along and then dole it out to him. And men are not playing that. Well, the kind of men you ladies want will not play that game. What shocked her is he left her. That's what's shocking her. Oh my God, he left. More men are starting to bounce. Doesn't matter anymore now, does it?
I'll make you famous.
Doesn't matter anymore now, does it? Because, ma'am, due respect, your body is not virgin. So you ladies are playing these fast and loose games with, I don't know why you're here. So what do you need a man to have? A commitment, monogamous? What needs to happen before you decide to have sex? Do you guys need to be boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, I just need to know him on a better level. Like, I need to feel comfortable myself.
And he didn't want that. Can he make the choice? What women like her want is an open-ended agreement for men. I want to date you and get your non-sexual time, attention, and resources. I want that side of the deal. I want an open line of credit, an open bar tab. I want it to just be open where I can get what I want, when I want, how I want it. And then when I feel as though I'm comfortable, I'll kick in my part. Okay. But how are you going to make up for the debt? If I've already given you 100 units of time, resource, and attention before you decide to give 1 unit of it up, we need to go forward. I still got to give you time, resources, and attention. So I'm still going to have to give that, and you put in 1. So I still got to continue to put in over here. How are you going to make up for the deficit of 99 that you owe? Oh, see, I don't think like that. See, you're the prize. And men are just supposed to just waste their time, resources, and attention. You never think about how to invest or sacrifice for a man. It's always one-sided. You always want it one way. What do you mean catch up? What do you mean? He's having sex. Oh, okay. So let's just do it this way, ladies. Is he free to just, since he can now have sex, can he just come in and let's do it like my buddy say, just walk in, bend over the couch, hit it from the back. Can he just go in, do his business and leave without worrying about if you get any pleasure or not? Can he give you 2 minutes? Can he give you the best 2 minutes of your life without any concern for you? Can he walk in and just use you like a receptacle? That's basically what I'm saying. No, he cannot. He still has to worry about pleasuring you so you can get yours. So even sex, the way you guys are positioning this, waiting all this time, there's going to be a payback or anything. Even the notion of that probably offended some women. They're like, what are you talking about? That's so barbaric and toxic and da-da-da-da-da. That just shows you how far gone you are as a modern woman. You're twisted. You think men should just pay. Problem is, the dudes before didn't do all that, especially if you got a BD. Oh, we ain't even going down that path. Is he free to make the choice just like you are?
Yes.
Then accept his choice just like he'd have to accept yours.
Okay.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's like you keep pushing, and that's why I said, ma'am, counseling is a good idea because your self-esteem, this reeks of kind of desperation, like a guy you met in January on Tinder. It ain't like he was referred to you by your pastor or by your mother. It was just you swipe left or swipe right or whatever. You're putting all this emotional attachment into somebody who you only known for less than a month or 2. Really unhealthy, ma'am. There are all kinds of things that I could really kind of pull out, but I think you need to sit down with the therapist because you're far too invested in a swipe right that was not physical. God forbid you would have got physical with the man. What would that breakup have been like? Holy crap.
Well, that's why I'm happy I didn't give my...
No, it's not. No. See, that's the thing. You're boiling bunny crazy. Because that means if I'd have gave it to him, then
I'll make you famous.
Boiling bunny crazy. That's a quote or an excerpt from the movie 1987 Fatal Attraction, where a woman who had a fatal attraction for the Michael Douglas character broke into their house after he broke up with her, took his kid's pet bunny, boiled it. There is Fluffy. Because what I saw was a woman who cannot accept rejection. Boiling bunny crazy. Boiling bunny Crazy. Yes, I'm not kidding. That stuff is troubling to me. I'd have been psychotic. No, unbalanced.
Well, I am a sensitive person. So.
Okay, well then here's what you do.
I can't help that. Like, I'm a sensitive person. I can't.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, ma'am. You don't get any points for sensitivity. You're an adult. You need a man with, where's Ralph Transvet? Sensitivity. A man like me. Yeah. Making a man in your present, pay for mistakes of men in your past equals no future. I'm a strong, smart, sensual, sensitive woman who will boil your bunnies if you break up with me. And if they're a sensitive person, then go deal with the traumas and navigate the world as it is. But you cannot make the world be what fits your sensitive patterns. I get it. And if you don't want to deal with people, people are fraught with problems. You have your own issues. And it seems to me, no disrespect, ma'am, you likely have a whole lot of things that you're dealing with. So I'm trying to be as nice as I can about this, but I don't think you're accepting the fact that maybe he left for a reason.
But doesn't he like women with standards? Don't men like women with standards and that? Who won't just like open up?
Right. Oh my God. Did you hear that mess at the end? Or maybe he just doesn't like women. At no point did that woman ever try to take accountability for herself. Not once. Not once. So sometimes people are like, don't you feel kind of bad? You're a little harsh. No, not at all. Not when a person has no emotional intelligence and is trying to put it all off on men. Women like her have been allowed to dominate the public square, the media, the discourse, to tell what's wrong with men for so long. And nobody's ever just sat down and said, ma'am, do you boil bunnies? Are you a bunny boiler? Ma'am, do you boil bunnies? What do you mean? Well, ma'am, some of this stuff you're saying just doesn't make sense. Well, he promised that he would wait. But you met him on Tinder. Yeah, but I'm a sensitive, caring woman. But did you have a conversation with him? Did you let him know how long he was going to wait? No. It was just kind of open-ended. So when he decided to change his mind, because what I didn't ask was, ma'am, did you ever say, this weekend's going to be the weekend, or next time is going to be it? Then when he decided to try to go for third base or whatever, no, it's too soon. Oh, that's changing your mind, right? That's changing your mind. How many times do you women change your mind? But it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. See, that only counted in a Leave It to Beaver world. No. We're equals now, remember? No. Ladies, let's get to it. How long should you make him wait? I need to hear from you ladies because I really want to hear. Where am I wrong? Where am I missing it? Because I had women saying that the way you just said that women should just be open and free with their body. Yeah, I'm talking about women, not girls. See, I expect a woman who's not a virgin to know sex is a mutual exchange. It's an even exchange. Sex is 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 an even exchange. And having somebody try to wait for an even exchange means you want them to be in debt to you. Men, stop doing this. Stop playing games like this. Don't deal with women that will not have sex with you. Ask them up front. Get it up front. You better get it clear. Don't go out with a woman that will not have sex with you and has not verbally said, yes, I find you sexually attractive. And yes, I can see myself having sex with you and you need to define it in the next 30 days, 2 weeks, a week. And you need to, when you go out with a woman, she needs to get any question she needs to ask up front, because the first date is all about deciding if the attraction is there. It's not a job interview. What do you do? What do you do? Bump that. Your time, money, and resources are important. She expects you to do all these things. You need to be sitting back and saying, all right, cool. Now I realize you are who you are. I am who I am. Yes, I can see there's some chemistry. There's some connection. If that happens and we go on the next date, date number 2, don't go out with a man, ladies, that you would not have sex with. Don't go out with a man that you could not see yourself having sex with on the first time. Do not accept a second date with a man that you could not see yourself actually having sex with. That's the second time. And by the third time, you need to be ready to get busy. You're not children. Stop playing this. Well, I need to be coy and need to hold to the side, such and so forth. That's teenage courting virgin stuff. I know a lot of women are going to be mad, angry, but it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault, because men are tired. And again, I'm talking about the kind of men who have options, who have choices. These productive, competitive, successful men, these high value men, these guys don't have to wait. I wish I would deal with somebody who tells me I just need to wait. I need to. Okay. Enjoy. I wish you would come to my dudes, my guys, my homies, and sit back, man. I tried to get what? Are we back in high school? Expeditiously bail out. Leave. So, ladies, are you worth the wait? And see, the answer to that question is the market will tell you. You can say you are, but again, ladies, you don't set your value. The market does. Oh, snap. Oh, I'm going to hell, Judah the Lion. I'm going to hell. You don't set your value. The market does. You don't set your value. The market does. We need to get hit the super chat, folks. We got 17,000 folks in here, and we're going to need at least 25 new folks to put $1 in there. Come on, man, at least $1. You want the call lines open? We want to hear these calls? We're going to need to see at least 25 more folks to put 99 cents, hit the little slide or do something. That's right. That's right. You want to hear this because, ladies, you need to hear what the men you want co-sign with this 100%. Now, I know there are going to be some guys out there who are going to, well, that's so harsh and rude. Yeah, what they're trying to do is called like white knight, their virtue signal. Hey, I wouldn't trust those guys, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to go the indirect way of in the back door. Yeah, forget all that. Guys, do not allow yourself to be put in the friend zone. Better to have nothing than be with a woman like that. Hanging out as an orbiter. Just, man, maybe I can just smell it. Can I just, what? Are we back in junior high? Third base? What do you look like as a 30, 40, 50-year-old man talk about? I got the second base with her. What the French toast? Man, if y'all don't stop this BS. I mean, seriously. It's time to open the call line. Ladies only. I want to hear from you ladies who think that I am off my rocker. I don't want to hear from the women who agree. I want to hear from the women who disagree. You must get on camera, and you must be on camera over here. If you have true privacy concerns, I will not put you on the channel, but you are still held liable to the rules by being on this channel comment section or chat room. You are waiving any rights to privacy. If you want to be private, don't say anything, don't write anything, don't chat anything, don't comment, because you waive it. By calling in to this show, you are giving implied consent that your image can be used at my discretion. Now, like I said, if you really have true privacy concerns or something like that, I may work with you, but you still got to be visible over here. No anonymous faces with a bunch of attitude. No anonymous faces. Only 2 rules. 1, you can't overtalk me. Absolutely will not be tolerated. You cannot overtalk me. 2, I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. You can think I am 100% wrong, and I will let you speak. I will give you the floor to speak, but you need to keep your answers short and concise so we can have it back and forth. All right. Shout out to Kevin, because I know the guys are sitting back saying thank you. Thank you for doing this show. Because ladies don't seem to get the fact that men are tired of playing these silly little boy games when it comes to sex. And grown folks, are you worth the wait? The market decides your value. You decide your price. Is your price too high? Let's get into it.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el putín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo fue. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón, de corazón. No te hace ser feliz. Money world.
Money world, money world, money world, money world.
El mundo quiere dinero.
That's so damn bad.
Money world. Money world. Money world. Se arregla con dinero. Money world. Lunático.
So here's how we do this. I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. You're in the Zoom room. You must be on camera. I see a name that says, I see a man's name. I will not allow you on if I'm not talking to the men. I don't want to hear what the men have to say. I know what men have to say. Here's the thing. When I talk to men, I'll announce the show where men are allowed. I've also announced it on Saturday nights, every other week on Saturday nights. I want to try something new on Instagram. Saturday Night Talent Show. We're going to be looking for some talent. You got music, got anything, I'm gonna use my platform to see if we can put some folks on. And yes, the prize, yes, Miss Britt, we are back up next week. I need to still roll out the remainder of the prize, and then we'll be selecting the next one next Sunday. So here's the thing. Yeah, this dude brought back the same white chick. You're dumb, man. Go ahead and help you. This dude brought back the same white chick to try to troll. It's not smart, man. This is what you guys are. This is what y'all are reproducing. Dummy. Okay, everybody in the Zoom room, everyone in Zoom, you must be on camera. So anyway, until they decide to get on camera, this is what we're gonna do. Why don't I bring on guys? Well, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, guys. When I have on men on the show, they're gonna be the kind and caliber of men who have credibility to speak on the topic. Straight up. Because I would rather have no men speak on the topic, rather just have men that I don't know, who have not been vetted, to get out here and just talk, because we potentially do more damage than good. No, thank you. Your name says Dyron Alexander. Dyron, you must get on the camera or I'm going to block you. Big, and you're, nope. So this is a guy too. You must have your face shown on camera. Let me go ahead and start jumping you folks. This person says big so-and-so. Your name is Ben, so you're going to get bounced. Don't even waste your time trying to get on camera. I'm not going to bring you on camera until I know who you are. So, I'm going to start dropping you ladies and people in the chat room. Nine 940. We'll remove that. Wow, they're gone. Oh wow. Yeah, you need to stay on the camera though. She dropped herself. Yeah, see, well, I like doing it this way now because it makes people own what they say. You have to own what you say. That's one thing I don't like about Twitter. Twitter allows people to be the worst versions of themselves. You can just talk. Okay, CO, whoever you are. Kylie, you're going to be first, and Diana, you're going to be second. CO, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself one more time. Show yourself one more time. And if you don't show yourself, I'm going to remove you from the show. Thank you. Put in the waiting room. All right. What happened? Oh no! Put your wrong person in the waiting room. All right, here we go. Diana. Oh, you're in the dark. I can't see you. You need to be in a place where I can see you. Diana, it is too dark where you are. I need to be able to see you. And you need to have your face on camera, not just top of your head. I mean, I'm dead ass serious about this. So I got almost 20,000 people in here. If y'all can't follow simple instructions, I'm gonna have to kick rocks. So unmute yourself. Oh, okay, so here's what you should do then. You should pull over to the side, and that's it. Okay, well, I'll give you a few seconds to pull over. Um, um, When you pull over, let me know and I'll bring you back on. All right. So, moderators, keep dropping the link in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, many women have been told that they are the prize. That and here's the thing: you are a prize, but men are the catch. After 25, ladies, it is up to you after 25 to realize that by nature has intended that women make serious life choices between the ages of 18 and 35. Because after 35, choices start running out. Nature made it that way. Now, if you are not okay with that, I get it. But you get to the point of being 35 years old and in no man's land, you got to realize that your options are limited and every year becoming more limited by virtue of time. And you don't have time to play around. No. Why does this guy keep coming back? Let me go ahead and drop you, dude, because I said it. Show yourself on camera. Okay. So if nature intended that between 18 and 35, you ladies have to make some choices. You got to get the basic parts of your life together. Between 18 and 35, you need to really, honestly, ladies, you need to get yourself together to be found by the kind of man you say that you want to be with for the rest of your life. Men aren't under the same kind of time constraints. After 25, you should start acting like you are about to be in danger zone and start moving like your hair is on fire. Because after that, that's a wrap. If your name is a man's name, I'm going to block you. All right, Sarah, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. Ask to unmute. Hello. Yes, I can. What's your first name? All right. How old are you, Sarah? Okay. What do you have for me on the topic? Okay. 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 Are you guys married? How old is your man? How old is your man? Okay. So in the way I define high value man, he cannot be because it requires earning $10,000 a month for a minimum of about 5 years. Plus you have plus you have to have a network of other high value men and other people. You must have your you must be LinkedIn level as far as your visibility. You must be acknowledged by other high value men as a peer or at least a potential peer and be useful to others in the group. So that's why I think high value is so. A lot of people think of high value differently. But here's the thing: how long have you been with your man? So what's the holdup on getting married? What does your dad say? What does your dad say? Well, yeah, because honestly, I try to tread tenderly, but when women come in and do what you say, I don't know what you're trying to communicate to other women. Because when you come in and tell women that kind of stuff, you leave hope for something that's infinitesimally small. No, it doesn't. 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 Ma'am, in LA, how many women are still virgins? So what you're saying is an example that is infinitesimally small. But women don't hear it that way. They hear Sarah come in and say, well, look, it worked for her. And you give hope when you should be giving cure. Because honestly, ma'am, you're not married yet. So you gave your virginity before you got a commitment. And you cannot tell me it's because of something as flimsy as a ring and wanting to buy a house. You could carry your ass down to the LA courthouse. That's why your father is like, what are you doing? So even in your situation, it's problematic. Well, why did you say I waited to be a virgin? Okay. But you gave your virginity, something that you waited for, to a man that was not legally committed to you. Well, but that's the point, ma'am. So if he came in, let's just say I used a reality stone and I changed him around. What if tomorrow he came in and said, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm out. Well, but that's the thing, because you have no commitment. So I understand your intent may be to tell women, oh, it all depends, but it really doesn't. You're still out here playing. Today, you appear to be winning in this situation, but you still don't have a firm legal commitment, and there's absolutely no reason to not be married to somebody you've been with for 2 years. Tell and say that I'm waiting because of a ring. Buy, but the issue is this should be on him to do that. Does your father like him? Does your father like him? All right. Well, there you go. What do you mean? Wait a minute. He's talked about marriage more than you have. Okay, but so why is losing your virginity not as big a commitment as getting married? I'm curious. Hold, man, this is making no sense. This is making no sense, man. You gave up your virginity, and you're gonna tell me you can't legally get, man. Okay, you can't, no, you can't overtalk me. So I say this makes no sense. Telling me it's cultural. I mean, this makes no sense. Culturally, women are supposed to get married before they give up their virginity. So basically, what you're saying is, I can't spend the night at your house, and I can't live with you, but you can have sex with me. You know what that sounds like? I'm gonna take it away from you because it's so personal, okay? And I don't want to do this to you because you seem like a pretty lovely woman, and I really hope you and your man go ahead and get married and get this formalized, because this is not a good look. But this sounds as crazy. This sounds like when I'm dealing with women who are from Utah, like Mormons, and I would hear women talk about they want to be virgins until they're married, right? But they're still having oral relations, and in some cases anal relations, but they have not been penetrated. Their hymen is still intact, and they still call themselves virgins. They are not. So women like yourself come in and give this advice. It's chaotic. It makes no sense. So go and get married. Go, no, go on to get go. So it sounds like your sounds like your man loves you more than you love him, because most women are rushing to get married, rushing down the aisle. Well, then go to this justice of the peace tomorrow. File and get it done. Yeah, this makes no sense. Wow, really? And she's attractive, but I'm like, you guys gotta see. I think you ladies, you're off the camera. Thank you, sweetheart. See, I think women love to give each other hope so much that you don't even listen to what you're saying. It's like, well, it all depends. No, it doesn't depend. It's pretty formulaic. I guess y'all don't understand. I guess y'all Oh, y'all missed all that. Don't worry about it. Y'all missed all that. So here's what it was. Basically, I'll put it up on the replay. What happened was she's 25 and her boyfriend is like 28. They lived together for they've been together for 2 years, and she's trying to tell me that, well, it all depends and it could work out. Say for me, I was a virgin and I waited until I had the right man, and then we decided to have sex. All right, but y'all aren't married. Yeah, but it's a mutual agreement between us. Why aren't y'all married? Well, we got to get a ring in the house, and in our culture, you can't sleep over or spend the night together, or move in together. But you had sex. What'd your father think? Oh, he loves him. What's wrong with your man? He wants to get married. He's been talking about it more than me. I'm like, how's this advice supposed to help any woman? But in her mind, she thought she was giving good advice to women. And this is what happens with ladies. You got to be really careful about who you listen to. This is for women only. This is for women only. I don't think you guys, and I certainly ain't going to be talking to guys with no shirts on. All right. Boo, 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 boo. To everybody in the comment, Diana, are you ready? You need to get on camera. I cannot see you, Diana. There we go. All right, you ready? Let's do it. Diana, unmute yourself. Yeah, that was kind of funny. You need to unmute yourself. What's your first name?
Diana.
All right, what do you got for me, Diana?
I mean, it's just a new idea, I guess. I'm sorry if there's an echo. If it's too bad, I can go outside.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's a new idea.
What's a new idea? What's a new idea?
Your take on it as far as men asking women if they're having sex within 30 days. I think
No,
men were already doing that.
It's not within 30 days. It's just stop playing games with men, making them wait for undisclosed periods of time until y'all are so-called comfortable when you're not a virgin, especially if you already have kids.
Okay, I understand that. However, you also said that women have access to sex and men have access to relationships. So
You
if
control access to sex, yes.
okay, so if that's what if that's the only thing we pretty much can control, why would we just be frivolous with that?
Well, first of all, no one's saying be frivolous with it. Number one.
You should
No, number
sounded
one
like
saying
it.
no.
That's how it
Nobody's
was.
saying be frivolous with it. But what I'm also saying is, how old are you, by the way? Forgot to ask that question.
I'm 29.
29. You're not are you having any children?
Yes, I have 2 children.
All right, ma'am, you're right in the danger zone.
No.
And I wish you would come to a man you're dating and tell him he has to wait 90 days when you got 2 human beings that you've pushed out of your womb. Were you married to the father?
No, we have not gotten
Okay,
that.
so are you guys still together?
No.
So you're the very kind of woman that says we control access to sex. Men look at how you controlled your womb prior to them. Okay. That's what men look at. Men look and say, how did Miss Diana administer her womb? And Diana chose to have unprotected sex at least twice and produced 1 human being, 2 human beings, and did not require. Do you have 2 fathers or 1 father?
1.
Did not require that man to give her his last name or the highest commitment. She gave him the highest honor a woman can give a man and required nothing. So a new man coming along is going to be like, I am not paying more than the other man paid. That's how men think. It's not my way of thinking. Trust me. Go to the comment section after this video and watch men say that's how we think.
Okay, but I don't think whether a woman has children or not, a man should not be just automatically assuming that her goods are up for grabs, because it may have been at one point in time, or she may have did something at one point in time out of wedlock. So I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what you think is fair. It really doesn't. We're talking about dating. If you don't go out with a man, why is this so hard to understand for women? Okay, ma'am. Listen, ma'am. I need you to hold the camera so it's on your face.
Okay.
Why is this so hard to understand for you as a woman? Do not accept a date from a man that you would not have sex with.
That sounds nasty. I don't like that.
I don't care what you like. Don't accept it. Did you have a father? Was your father in your life?
Of course. He's still there.
Excuse me, ma'am. There's no of course. No, ma'am. Check that shit. There's no of course. 80% of black children have no fathers in the household.
But the way.
Hold on. Don't get the no. I asked the question the way I asked it.
You asked as if you
were like most of us and didn't have a father in the household. All right, now I'm about to go there. I asked as if, just like your children, is their father in the house?
No, he's not in the house.
Well, then don't cop an attitude with me when you got 2 kids that ain't married.
I'm definitely going to cop the attitude when you ask about my childhood. We're not talking about my...
You can shut that shit up. You either can have the conversation or you can carry your ass on. This is what happens to so many women, sisters in particular. When you start to get into what it really matters, this is when the shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Yeah. So if you can't comport yourself, we can go ahead and bounce you. I can go on to the next person. Because what she didn't want to get into was the truth. The truth of the matter is telling her to act like an adult and not accept the date from a man. Don't accept his time, attention, or resources if that's not somebody you could see yourself having sex with. See, what women like her want to be able to do is take your time, attention, and resources and string you along and play the game with you. They don't want a fair deal. They don't want it up front. That's why they get offended, because now men are being put onto the knowledge of saying, yeah, don't let Dianas of the world do this to you. Say, hey, ma'am, I would like to date you. I would like to take you out. But am I somebody that you could see yourself having sex with? That's what men think of. Dating equals sex to us. We don't take you out because we want to get to know you and we need a friend. That's not what this is. See, it's amazing to me. So many women want to act brand new. A woman with 2 kids want to act brand new. Like, I don't know what this whole dating thing is about. What is this going on? What?
Danger zone!
Really? And what set her off? When I just asked if she, like most of us, didn't have... A baby mama or two got the nerve to get upset about me asking about your daddy. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Guess what, Diana?
I'll make you famous.
Welcome to World Star, baby girl. Out of your French toast mind. Oh, let's go ahead and do you the right way. Two rules. Don't overtalk me, and I'll be nice to you as long as you're nice to me. These are new rules. These are new whatever. Don't you question how I was brought up. Oh my God. So much there. Yeah, enjoy it, guys. See, that's why I like people being on camera. Because they can't make it seem like you did. No. You decided to get on camera and got an attitude. Couldn't have the conversation like an adult. Instead, you had to show your butt. All right. Alicia, you're up. I'm going to bounce this person. If your microphone, your audio is not connected, I'm bouncing you. Sophie, you're getting bounced. Alicia, go ahead and unmute yourself. Alicia, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello, how are you? Good. What do you got for me on the topic? Are you worth the wait? Are you worth the? We're talking about women making men wait. Women who are not virgins, some who have children, making men who are high value, productive, competitive, successful men wait to have sex for whatever reason. You know, the whole 90-day rule, that kind of stuff.
Oh yes, absolutely.
That's what we're talking about. Not just making them wait because. So what do you got on the subject?
So I just wanted to say that while I do believe that there are some men that will wait, most men will not, and that's just a fact. I have been that person who has waited 90 days. I've waited however many days because of my mom reading the Steve Harvey book and whatever. And, you know, my mom and my sister giving me advice. And I have learned that it really does not work. Although it does with some men. I think certain men with specific types of morals who are looking for a specific type of woman, they are willing to wait.
What kind of men are you talking about?
A man who sees women as a prize, or a man who has a lot of options for women, who might choose this woman to be the one that he courts, and then these women to be the women that he.
Okay, I want to be saying as morals. You said morals.
Well, yes, because some men for a specific kind of woman will wait.
Okay, but I like to get down granular. Morals. How do you determine a man's morals based upon? Are you talking about men who are Christians?
No, not at all.
Okay, so what do we talk about a man's morals?
A man who sees a woman as someone.
Because morals are just right and wrong, and that has nothing to do with seeing a woman. So what you're talking about is you're almost talking about a man who pedestalizes a woman, puts on a pedestal.
but also a man who sees the cherry as the prize.
Okay,
Like,
but where's the cherry?
the cherry is, the
Where
sex
is it located?
in the panties.
No, ma'am. Where is the cherry located on a dessert?
Oh, at the top. At the top.
Thank you. It's at the top of the pedestal.
Oh, okay.
So that's where it is. A man who pedestalizes women, puts them up. But I mean, ask what culture of competitive, successful men put women ahead of men?
I don't know that any do.
Because that's a formula for disaster.
Yes.
Putting women at the top is the sure way to crumble a society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the moral thing to do if you want a society to continue is to put who on top?
The man.
Right. So why play games with the thing that needs to be on top?
Listen, at first, you wanted someone to come on and say why they think you're crazy and they don't agree with you. But the more I sit here and the more I'm obviously listening and thinking about my own experiences, it's not a good idea to play those types of games. And that's why I've told my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a human being. And, granted, I wait a long time, many, many months, up years to engage in that type of activity, but that's because I don't date for a long period of
Okay.
time.
So how old are you?
38. I'm well past the danger zone.
So do you plan on? So have you been married?
No, engaged twice, but never married. No.
You know what I say? Sisters are the queens of being engaged, man. Being engaged. If we could count engagements as marriages, I wonder if he's like. But okay, so you've been engaged. Did you ever want to have children?
Biological children?
Well, yeah.
Only if I marry someone and he wants to have.
So what I got to ask the question.
Adopt, but yes.
What I asked the question, and I'm trying to put this in a delicate way as possible, but at 38 years old, why should anybody wait years to have sex with you?
Oh, no.
Or months?
No. Oh, okay.
Because you're talking about everybody else, and what I thought I heard you say was, but for me, I wait a long time.
No, in between people, like I.
Oh, okay.
Yes, no, me, I wait a very long time. Like I'm not going to.
I waited a very long time for what? To have sex?
Yeah. Yes.
So when you meet a man, you wait a long time.
Depending on the man, but no, that's not what I'm exactly saying. What I'm
Man,
saying.
that's what you keep saying, though. That's what we keep hearing. Slow down. Breathe. If you meet, how long have you typically waited from the time you met a man to the time you guys are first intimate?
The shortest, probably, honestly, I don't know, a week or two. The longest, no more than about 3 months.
Okay. And at this, and so that's a vast range, and that's what frustrates men. There is no logical sense to a man that you could say one man has to wait up to 90 days and one guy doesn't even have to wait a week. Men on the marketplace look at that as I'm going to buy a car, and one dealership is offering it for $100 and another dealership is offering it for $100,000. Men are price sensitive, and we are cost benefit calculators. So in your own example, you've just validated why men are so frustrated with women on the marketplace, because you can talk and have these things and Steve Harvey and this and that, my mother, but in your own day-to-day life, 90 days to a week. But at the end of the day, no matter what your calculus is, whatever kind of interaction you want to have with the man, do you currently have it?
Right now?
Yes.
No.
Are you are you in the process of getting it within the next 6 months?
Doubtful.
Then what you're doing isn't working and you're almost 40.
Yeah.
So you talk to your mother and it's, where's your father?
Oh, my dad, they're still married. He's
Okay, but what I'm understanding is you're an attractive woman, but why no man?
the simple answer is there's two simple answers, and I'm sure every woman and many men say the same thing: pickiness. The second simple answer is because a lot of the men that I actually really am interested in, like for real, it's not reciprocated. To the point where like we'll date and everything will be fine, and then all of a sudden they're gone or I'm gone.
Okay. No. Let's talk about the ones where you said you just told two different things. The kind of men you say you're really interested in, it's not reciprocated.
Yes.
Well, it not reciprocated means it's not coming back for them. So you just told a story where they leave and you leave. That's confusing.
Well, or I leave because I have done the same thing.
So it's not reciprocated from you.
That yes, because of something very specific that might happen that makes me become unattracted to the person. Very, just
Why is getting with a man so complex? This is like calculus 3.
and it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't.
There is a person that I was dating that seems to be coming back around, but I don't really know if that's the case. I don't know.
Why were you engaged? You were engaged twice?
I was engaged twice, yes.
Somebody dropped to a knee, presented a ring in public, and asked you for your hand in marriage.
Yes. Almost 3 times, but twice.
And who broke off the engagement the first time?
I did.
Who broke off the engagement the second time?
I did.
Why did you accept the ring the first time?
Because he was my best friend, my
And that didn't stop after he gave you the ring.
Oh no, it didn't stop. But
so why'd you break it off? If it was good enough to accept the ring, why was it not good enough to go through with the marriage?
The reason is because he and I were not compatible in
but you accepted the ring.
That is correct.
So you weren't sexually compatible.
That is correct.
How would you know if you see? Here's the problem when having too many. Here's the problem with sex before marriage. You wouldn't know that if you if you were a virgin. There's no sexual compatibility. See, you're a different kind of perfect example. 38-year-old woman who should 70, 80 years ago, you'd have been married a long time ago, but it has become so complex. I mean, you're accepting engagement from people you're not sexually compatible with. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm too picky, and so forth. You know what that ends up being, ma'am? That's what that ends up in. Buy a dog, die alone. That's what this ends up in. Because at 40 years old, almost 40 years old, you become more difficult. Not less. Have you had therapy yet?
No.
I think it would be wise.
Why? To find a man?
Excuse me? To find a man?
Yes. That's why I need therapy to find a man?
No, you need therapy, period.
Oh, well, there's
why is that? Okay, let's stop right there. Seriously, ma'am. Why is therapy insulting to so many black women? Like, you're a woman. Why is that insulting to you?
No, I'm not insulted at all. I wanted to be a therapist. I was just asking, are you saying I need therapy to find a man?
Well, you need something. You need something. How about that? You need something because what you're doing ain't working.
That's fair.
And what I'm listening to, ma'am, is a woman who's been engaged to my best friend, such and so forth. You know all these things. And you got a man to the point to waste his time, money, and resource To the point to where he was involved with you enough to where he bought a ring, you accepted, and you broke it. See, if we started judging you women like you judge men and put you on the "Don't Date Them" girl site, your face will be posted out, plastered all over it. Don't deal with this. Listen, ma'am. Listen, you broke off 2 engagements, one from a best friend, and you say because the dick wasn't good. I'm sorry. That's a trash ass reason. And why'd you break up the second one? Bad dick again?
No, I don't want to hurt. I don't want him to see that. Well, honestly, because he was, I could not learn anything. It did not challenge me intellectually, and that was a major problem for me. We became engaged too quickly. He told me he proposed to me because he thought I was about to leave him, which was kind of true. So I made a mistake. I just made a mistake, and we were only engaged for 2 months. I made a mistake.
How long were we guys together?
We were only together for 6 months, but we worked together before, so we'd known each other for a year.
And how old were you when this happened?
24, 5? I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I hadn't been engaged for a while. The third almost engagement.
Hold up. So what was the first time you were engaged?
I was in college, but he was my high school sweetheart. But I must.
So hold on.
Or 20.
So you were engaged to a high school / college sweetheart, but you and not him together because you guys weren't physically compatible. Trash ass reason, but okay. Then a guy you knew for a year, but he didn't challenge you intellectually. What did he do for a living?
I'm in education.
No, what did he do for a living?
Oh, what did he do for a living? The second one, we were poor. We worked for a.
So you're both teachers?
No. Okay. I'm not a teacher, but we worked for a residential treatment facility for kids.
Okay. And you're in education. What do you do now?
I am in administration.
What did I tell you guys? Black women are married to the system. That's your husband. Put him in place. Put him in charge of whatever I said last broadcast. That's what they are. Because you're getting rid of men because of sexual incompatibility. And a lot of women say, well, that's an important part. Okay. Then the man, that last man, you were both doing a similar job. So he was a stable man though, financially. As stable as you, at least.
He was a stable. Well, there wasn't a lot of money in that job.
I didn't say, I said as stable as you, at least.
That's correct. You're right.
Because if you were in it, he was in it and you were stable, right?
Yes, I was.
So because he wasn't what you're showing, ma'am, is the standard a black woman has for a black man to be married. You damn near have to be a god. Go back and man, we just had a conversation. You said you couldn't learn anything from it.
That's correct. That's just a nice.
What'd your mother learn from your father?
Well, a lot. My dad's I can't honestly tell you specifics, but how to be a wife, and a best friend. And I just know my dad is very, very smart. He's a provider. You
got any siblings?
I have 2 sisters.
Are they married?
One is married and one is engaged. And this is her, I don't know, 3rd engagement. It's not.
I don't find this. I think it's kind of sad that so many of our sisters are so damn complex and difficult to wed and difficult to keep. In the black community, the divorce rate is approaching towards 60%, and 80% of divorces are filed by women. So you're already the least married. You're the most difficult to get married. And I'm going to make a proclamation. You've heard the black women are the most educated. And that stat, what it really means is you're most enrolled. So I'm going to say you're the least married, but I'm going to go also say you're the most engaged. You're the most engaged. I don't meet another group of women who've been engaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Right? It is not uncommon to meet a black woman who's 40 years old and been engaged at least a couple times. It's very common. And I'm talking about full out engagement. Man dropped. That's not cool. Because at the end of the day, you're not getting the outcome you want. Because your life is supposed to mean something. And at 38 years old, what's your life going to mean if you go through it by yourself until the grave?
I have a plan for
Okay.
when I become 40, around 44, 45, to adopt 2 children, older children. That is my
Oh, so you're going to be a single parent.
yes, probably.
So you're going to purposely go in to do the one thing that you know gives children statistically the worst outcome.
My dog is snoring. I'm sorry.
How many kids you got?
I don't have children.
I thought you said your dog is snoring.
She's snoring. Yeah, I can hear her. I don't know if you can.
Okay, well, that makes sense. See, her husband is the building. You think your godfather's crazy? Do you have a PhD?
No, a master's.
Master's, okay.
I'm a PhD.
Ma'am, you're an attractive woman. You have beautiful eyes, but come on, ma'am. You got to know that your non-black female counterparts are not this difficult.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. And both of them, oh, let me not say, well.
Both of your sisters?
No, I was going to say both of my line sisters are married.
Delta?
No, I'm not a Delta.
Okay, AKA?
No.
Sigma Gamma Rho?
Yes, why? Why ask me that?
Because you said your line sister's name before.
I know, yes. I'm a Sigma
So
Gamma.
my point is, ma'am, that when you're a little girl, I don't think you likely thought I'll be a dog mom adopting 2 kids at 45. And that'll be the testament of my life.
No,
Why is that good enough now? Why is that what you're willing to settle for? See, let me say something. Let me move you to the side. Ladies, why are you always talk about what man you ain't willing to settle for? I ain't gonna settle. Why are you willing to settle for death by yourself? Ladies, why are you willing to settle for dying alone? Why? You're the only group of women on the planet who is willing to be strong, independent. I don't need no man because I ain't going to settle, but you'll settle for dying alone. Write it down, trademark it.
Can I say one thing?
Sure, go ahead. We're back to you now.
Oh.
Go ahead. That was an aside. Go ahead.
People who have, I'm just being on, I'm not making this up. People who have dated me or my friends and my friends who are in relationships, and they're always like, you are so cool. And the guys that I date, you are so cool. You make me laugh. You're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, after they date me, they go to an ex or somebody else. And then it's like, they get married to that person.
Yeah, because nobody wants to marry the cool chick. They want to marry a wife.
What makes me not a wife?
Well, first off, you're extremely picky. So you probably rank rather low in agreeableness.
I am very agreeable. I am
okay.
And I know a man's role in a relationship.
Okay.
I do believe
if I ask the guys have you ever interviewed your exes?
Interviewed them?
Yes.
I've asked because I'm cool with my exes.
Okay. What is it like to be with you then?
I'm cool. Fun. It's fun. Pretty much. I keep
so a guy that you so if I interviewed your first ex-fiance, he would tell me being with you was what?
My first ex-fiance, he would say being with me was amazing, and
right until you dumped him.
He would still say that.
Okay, and then the second guy would say being with you is what?
Fun. And
okay, then the guy you made wait 90 days. How long were you guys together?
There's been more than one, but the last one probably no more than a year.
You were with a guy for a year.
Months.
Okay, and why did you leave that relationship?
It was kind of a waste.
Okay, a waste meaning what? A waste meaning what? A waste meaning what? Your purpose in life is to. This is gonna be tough, ma'am. But at 38 years old, you're doing something in the youth facility or youth what?
My job?
Yeah, your yes.
I'm in education right now.
Okay, you're in education. So it's not like you're solving the Riemann hypothesis. Why does a man need to be all these great and wonderful things other than a man?
Because I'm all these great and wonderful things.
Bullshit.
I am.
No, you're not. You're a normal, average, everyday woman. See, that's the problem. So many women pedestalize it. No, man. Where'd you go to college?
HBCU Lemoyne on College.
Okay, what makes you great and wonderful and in the top 1% of all women?
I am not in the top percent of.
So that means you're great and wonderful and all these things. What in your life makes you say that you're that?
I do believe I'm a great person.
It doesn't mean you're not. You can be a good person, but when I say it's so great and wonderful and everything else, go back to that cherry on top, and that's how you think of yourself, and that's why it's difficult for women like yourself to be with a man, because you always need to be above a man, and the men who are above you won't deal with you. Because we don't have time for that kind of shit. Honestly, we don't.
I hear what you're saying.
Well, the thing is, ma'am, and see, this is the kind of arrogance and entitlement this is what men think of it. The full of yourselfness that so many, all the ladies independent. I mean, that stuff in our culture has the women thinking they're better than the men, smarter than the men, above the men. But you're the most unmarried, most engaged, most enrolled, and ain't nobody marrying black women. Nobody. Brad, Leah, Meg, Keith, and Enrique, they were like, how can you even deal with this? Because at the end of the day, are you a Christian? I don't know if you are or not. I didn't ask.
I'm a Christian.
Huh?
Yes, I'm Christian.
Okay. Then if you're a Christian, a woman's purpose on the planet is a man. Your job is to be a helpmeet. Go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. That's the commandment. See, we're the most Christian, unchristian people. If black women actually acted like the Christians they say they are, a lot of this stuff would self-correct, because a lot of stuff you're talking about has no humility in it. You couldn't say I'm great and wonderful and all this if you really, truly had an accurate estimation of your Christian self. But we don't say that. We don't say it in the pulpit because the pastor's got to keep the tithes and offerings coming. Men have been shouted down in the community so much, or even, I mean, you've said you've had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity with men. You've had an embarrassment of opportunities and relationships, and no man is good enough.
I just would rather be alone than miserable with someone, because some of my friends or whatever who are in relationships, I see the ugly side of it.
I'd rather die alone than settle. You can't make this shit up.
I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying.
And here's the thing, sister. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. There's a whole industry that benefits off of black women being single and alone, because you may be a perfectly cool person to work with. You haven't been argumentative. You have not been loud, cursing. I don't think that's in you. But the sad part is your outcome is going to end up being the same thing as a ratchet, loudmouth, difficult to get along with. The end result is the same thing. Dog alone death. At best, you got to go adopt somebody else's children, because you could not come into cooperation with a man in your own natural life.
There's still time. I still have time.
For biological children?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you have time. You have time, man. But let's go back 20 minutes ago. You don't have anybody in the pipeline, in the process. No man of value is actively vetting you to be his wife. So, ma'am, you may have time on the calendar, but you don't have time with a man of value. Be honest with yourself. Stop saying you have time if you don't actually have somebody trying to engage you now.
There is someone that has recently come back into the picture.
Does he want children?
No, he has children.
Exactly. Godfather can't make this shit up, because people don't go for 30. They don't typically go for difficult to deal with 38-year-olds to have babies.
He doesn't think I'm difficult to deal with.
Okay.
I'm truly not difficult. In a relationship, I am the
However you want. Okay, ma'am. You're easy to deal with, but
in
okay.
a relationship.
Okay.
Maybe not elsewhere.
But still, was being a stepmother or an adopted mother what you want? Or do you want to see your own DNA? Do you want to see your daughter looking back at you with your eyes?
If
Don't give me the college answer. Give me the truth.
No, the truth is what I said earlier. If I marry a man who wants to have a child with me, that's fine. This person
I asked you, what do you want?
has mentioned children.
I asked you what you want.
I don't necessarily want biological children.
Okay. If you don't want biological children, that's fine. So why are we talking about I still have time to have biological children if you don't want
No,
them?
I still have time to meet someone. I won't necessarily die alone because I still have time to meet a man.
Man, well, I was talking about kids when I was talking about you running out of time.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you still have time to meet somebody. Yes, you do. Certainly. However, you also got to get realistic. What kind of relationship do you want with a man post 40 years old? Do you expect to work until 65 plus?
I probably will.
Well, if you don't get married, you definitely will. Unless you're independently wealthy already, you're going to have to work at least until retirement age.
And I am not independently wealthy.
So you will have to work to 65 plus because your career path is not one of riches.
I make good money.
Good money is not one of riches.
I don't make that kind of money, right?
Okay, so it's middle class above, but it's not.
Right.
Okay, so that is not enough money to administer an elderly woman as your body starts to break down post 50 years old.
Yes, I hear you.
So it becomes a matter of necessity. Yeah. See, why I said it's so complex because so many women like yourself want this fantasy instead of the hardcore practicality of getting with the man to build something. But no, now we get to the point where you're in no man's land. And now it's like, well, what are we going to do? Well, I got to try to see if I can find someone who's willing to partner with me and make a deal for what? To survive. Just to survive, to get to the grave and not be alone because there won't be any children out of it. And all due respect, you've already shown yourself to be difficult to deal with a man because one man didn't challenge you. One man's not going anywhere. All these men that you've been involved with, everyone seemed to be deficient some way. And I will say this and I'll get to the next thing. Relationships are reflective. That's why I said ultimately therapy is a good idea because the only common denominator in all of your chaotic situations are you.
I know.
There's the only thing that was the denominator with me. Do you think your father has 3 daughters and wants to see them unmarried when he leaves this planet, unattached to anybody, out here floating in the universe? He knows what that means. But so many women walk through life so worried about the sex ain't good enough, or he's not challenging me, this and that. And every other group of women seem to understand the practical reason. You need a man.
That was the nice way to say why the second fiance didn't work out. I just didn't, I'm not trying to be rude.
Okay, I don't need you to be rude, but the thing is, I need women to start hearing women talk about these things so the younger women can decide what they want. Because in the Black community, marriage and relationship is not promoted. Cooperating and submitting with a man is not promoted. And the thing is, we tell women that you can be living single or girlfriends and all these fantasy wonderful things that they are shown in sitcoms. What they don't show is the 40-plus-year-old women who are miserable. Miserable. Many overweight, many childless, many with jobs, middling jobs, not careers, making above the median income, but below anything that's going to make them rich. You can go out and eat dinner every now and then, but you're not traveling to Paris or France or this or that. But in order to be with a man, he needs to be able to take you to the moon, or else I'd rather can do bad all by myself. We have so many things in our community that make women, sisters, sit back thinking, if I can't be with a man who can do all this, I'd rather be because I can do bad all by my what? Self. And I would rather, instead of settle, and that's what a lot of women are going to get in our community, because 1 in 4 will marry at this rate. That means 3 out of 4 will die alone. And you are fortunate because you at least have had men. You've had opportunities. And it's not like you still have opportunities. All I'm saying, ma'am, just go get a mental checkup. Don't blow the opportunities that you still currently may have. Because for a woman like yourself who's always had opportunities, it's going to be a real shock when the opportunities stop. And they do that for everybody. Appreciate it, though. That was a good call. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
I mean, she was polite, you know. I gave it to her, you know, she didn't get upset, but I think it's sad that so many of our women are like, I'd rather die by myself than settle. All right. Life will get that to you. Do. So we're going to bounce this person. How are you doing? MacBook. Her name says MacBook. All right. MacBook. Unmute yourself, MacBook. With your Foxy Brown, Cleopatra Jones going on. Go on, girl. What's going on? Hello? I can't hear you. You need to check your microphone. Your headphones may not be on. You're unmuted. I should be able to hear you, but your microphone is not attached. So Rhonda, I see you, and I see Nay. I'm gonna put Nay back there. And while can you please not put me on YouTube? Well, in order to not put you on YouTube, I still got to see you. MacBook, I'm gonna unmute you. Unmute you. You got to unmute yourself now. Hello. Your audio is not connected. Just go back to your computer audio. Rhonda, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello. Okay. There you go. Hello, Rhonda. Hello. Hello, Rhonda. Yeah, you need to turn off the YouTube channel in the background. That's why you can't hear me. Close down YouTube to where it's just you and I. Hello. And now say something. Hello. Yeah. Take off your Bluetooth. All right, there we go. Whatever you just did right there. Let's do it. What do you got for me? Well, first off, how old are you? All right, go ahead. Well, there's one very simple rule. Do not accept a date with a man that you cannot see yourself having sex with. Don't accept the date. Don't accept his attention. Don't accept his DMs. Don't accept his phone calls. Don't accept his text messages. Don't accept his emails. Don't deal with a man you can't see doing the rumpy bumpy with. See, that cuts out a large amount of these men. Because if you go on a date with a man, We are thinking sex. We're thinking time, money, resource investment. We want a payback. We're looking to see whether or not we want to deal with you after we sleep with you, but we've already decided we want to sleep with you. After the first date, you decide whether or not I will have sex with him. Then you go on the second date. But see, at least that way, he knows you're attracted enough to have sex with him and you're considering it, and he can feel like his investment is safe. So what's the holdup of having sex with a man you find that you've vetted well enough to know he's the kind of man you want to have sex with and would have sex with? What's the holdup in having sex with him? Well, no, 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 no love. No, I just gave you the right man, a man that you're attracted to, that you vetted, that you would have sex with, that you find attractive enough to have sex with, and you would have sex with. What's the problem with going ahead and going through with it at that point? See, what you're telling me about is the men who don't qualify. I'm talking about the men who do. Well, you don't get see why do you again? Why do you need his undivided attention and he can't get your undivided ass? No, no, no. See what you're saying. What I see, Rhonda, what you're still doing is you're still giving me men that don't work, men that don't fit. I'm saying at 34 years old, you should know what does not fit you. I'm assuming I'm talking to a competent adult. I'm assuming you know how to do your homework. And there's no reason to be entertaining a man that you is not on par with what you want, need, or expect. Now you go out on a date to see if there's any chemistry. If there's chemistry and attraction, and he's already passed the background vetting checks, let's get to it. But see, what you're saying is you want his undivided attention. You want him to invest even more time, attention, and resources. Again, see how unbalanced that's becoming? What are you investing? Men value our time, money, and resources. Time, money, time, resources, and attention. We value that as much as you value your body. But you want the man to invest more of his time, resources, and attention to get the payoff in body. And the body is an equal exchange. It's an equal exchange, ma'am. Is it not? He's having sex with you, you're having sex with him. You can't have orgasms, right? Yes. Right. Multiples. Women are built that way. So it's not as though he's just getting something from you. The world you're talking about was when women were dating one man at a time and were still virgins. I can't. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's fine. But well, those are things and I don't think that's unreasonable. Mapping out rules for sexual, not purity, but just safety concerns, levels and partners of monogamy, that's reasonable. But I'm assuming that you're using contraceptive condoms but the concerns you're talking about, seeing one person at a time, when is it going to get to the point to where you got a husband so these concerns aren't there? See, that's what alleviates all these concerns. A husband, one man. When does that happen? Uh oh. Okay. Well, are you divorced or are you just out of a? Okay. Okay. That happens. Any children? Any children? Okay. Well, it's different when you're a divorcee and a child. You're a single mother, not a. It's different. And all I'm saying is, a lot of the concerns women have about waiting and sexual partners is because we're still trying to make men move as if a man is committed to a woman in an open dating market. Cannot happen. And the way to make sure you got undivided attention and all that other stuff is to get out of the dating market. Be found by your husband and then stay in your marriage. Because out here in the dating market is blood sport. So I'm not going to go into why you got divorced and all that other stuff. But see, Big Mama stayed with Big Daddy for a reason. And when you decide to jump back out here, we need to, honestly, I think we need to make being a married person look better than being a single person. So women decide to stay in their marriages, because when you jump back out here, you're just going to be, because honestly, men don't value women with age and use as much as they did in their youth. That's just not the case. And I think when more women start realizing that you're not going to get the deal in your 30s that you got in your 20s. But that's not really communicated to women. So, all right. I hope I answered your question, though. Appreciate it. Have a good night, man. Yeah, see, single mothers it's different for single mothers and divorcees and things like that. Different. So, we got one more. Yeah. Oh, you're not on camera. Her thing ain't on camera. So, ladies. Okay. Nay. Unmute yourself. Hello. It is. How are you? Hi. Your first name is Nay?
Yeah, it's Naomi.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 21.
What do you got for me?
So I just had one question. Like, what do you do if you've been assaulted for like your first time? Like, what do you tell guys after that?
That's well, was the law involved?
No.
Okay. Well, the first thing I think women should do is inform the law.
I spoke with my mother and we decided not to do anything.
I think that's exactly the wrong thing to do. What did your father say?
I haven't told him.
Why not?
No really special reason.
Are your mother and father married?
Oh yeah, they've been married for 30 years.
Okay, so but you're asking a guy on YouTube and you haven't asked your father. That's a little improper. But do you fear what your father's response would be?
I don't think he'd really care.
I think you might be surprised. You have to give your father the opportunity to be father. Honestly, young lady, you're telling me that you don't think your father would care if his daughter was assaulted. All right, I'm gonna leave that, but I think you need to tell him. And your mother and you deciding not to do anything about it, I think it's the wrong thing to do, because as we go forward, how do you tell men? Well, men are going to have questions. After they're concerned and listen, they're going to, because unfortunately, the women who say things happen and they're just saying it for their own selfish reasons have muddied the water so much that men honestly don't know which way is up anymore. Okay. So if you want men to be compassionate, sympathetic, and empathetic, I don't think it's much to ask for you as a young lady to actually involve the authorities and prosecute that person if they assaulted you, they should face legal consequences. That's a crime. I think you also need I also think you need to see them held accountable and not get away with it. And so I think those things would help inform how to handle it with another man if it comes up in the future, which it will.
Okay.
Are you in therapy or counseling, or how are you addressing the trauma?
Just ignoring it and hoping
No,
it'll go
ma'am.
away.
No. It will not go away. It will not go away. Absolutely not. See, this one thing we do in the Black community. We just stick our head in the sand. No, ma'am. That's a trauma. And you have to validate it. This happened. And that's what a police report, it makes it real. Sitting down, talking to somebody who's a qualified professional to help you deal with things like this. Because what you don't want to have this is explode on you in 10 years from repressing it.
Oh.
You don't want to end up having it explode on you in self-medicating with alcohol, drugs, sex, food, dysfunctional behaviors, broken attachment styles. I mean, if you broke your leg, you wouldn't just ignore it and hope it would go away. You see a physician, set the bone, and allow it to heal. And you'd have to learn how to walk and move and everything else again, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have to treat our mental health the same way. You can't just act like it didn't happen. It did. That's why I say involving men tend to have a very different approach than many women do. Or just kind of, I think your mother her heart may be in the right place, but I think it's exactly the wrong thing to do. You cannot sweep this under the rug. You cannot act like it did not happen. I don't want to know exactly what happened, but that person needs to be held legally accountable for you, not your mother, for you. This happened to you, not your mother. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there though.
Okay.
All right. File a report, young lady, and tell your father.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ladies, yeah, that's rough. Yeah. So to the Sigma Gamma Rho lady, I hate to hear our sisters be so complex. And to the other women, I'm like, ladies, making men wait, playing games with grown men. Men are not. You wanted the world to be open and fair. And honestly, what concerned Canada Dry, so I'm going to call her Canada Dry so much, is she's a single so-called conservative woman out here trying to navigate a sexual marketplace with conservative family value kind of ways. This is open war. And the easiest way to get out of this place, ladies, is to become somebody's wife. Become somebody's wife. But you know what? I think that scares modern women more than anything else. We're going to talk about that too. Why do women today want to be married but so afraid of marriage? I want to be married and have kids. So when you plan on doing that? Well, sometime in the future is like now. That was a good show. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. You know how we do over here tomorrow night. Instagram, IG Live. We talk about another topic. We're back in the groove. I think I'm going to be in LA next week. Stay tuned in for what's coming up. But I got to go. I got things to do. Until the next time, you know how we do over here. Peace. We are, what is it, people? We're gone. I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
I'm a PhD. Hey. I rebuke you.
I rebuke.
Buy a dog, die alone, he said. What do you say?
Kevin, God damn it.
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Let's go be at the bear.
Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro polka dot, Afro.
That's right, baby. That was pathetic. You were not prepared. Having fun with the soundboard. Can't wait till my new one comes in.
I'll make you famous.
Looking good, smelling good, doing the damn thing. Hey! Too dark in the ending. It's supposed to be dark in the ending. What are you talking about? I'm supposed to have lights on. What you want the lights? You want the mood lighting? Here you go. Here you go. Got the mood lighting. Is that better? Set to 10%. There you go. Is that better for you? You're like, damn, I want to see him. He's looking good. There you go. Is that better? You got the mood lighting, got the 10% lighting. Ending is too dark. Can a brother turn off the lights, kick off his shoes, undo his tie? Hey, I feel you. I'd want to look at all this sexual chocolate too. I ain't think that. Check out the new diptyque. The new Turbo Color. I gotta get out of here, people. Remember, life is choice driven. You don't get to choose what happened to you, only how you respond to it. Till next time, peace. We're gone.